This episode has been brought to you from the DGMS Studios, home of Don't Get Me Started, Lethal and Mully Live and Surftown. Found at Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music and wherever you listen to your podcast. Welcome to Lethal and Mully Live, the podcast where we look into the wild, the wicked and the wonderful. I'm Lethal.
And I'm Mully. Together we're your guides through the chaotic universe of pop culture, current affairs, interviews and everything in between.
Each week we'll bring you the hottest topics, the craziest stories and the interesting guests. We have debates, laughter and maybe a few surprises along the way.
Wherever you are tuning in, from your car, your couch or wherever you find your podcast fix, we are here to entertain, inform and keep you company.
So grab your favourite snack, settle in and get ready for a wild ride. It's time to get lethal. And remember, stay curious and keep it real. Hello and welcome to another episode of Lethal and Mully Live. In the studio today, we always have our usual co-host, Mully. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, thank you, Lee, and good to see you.
And you, mate. And also we seem to have a leftover that wants to go home. We have Michael again. How are you, Michael?
Is that Kiwi back again?
He never left.
Oh,
Kia ora.
Mate, it's good to see you and I'm glad you've come along for the ride.
So we've got an Aussie, a Kiwi and a Pom.
We have, again.
This is going to be interesting dynamics, isn't it?
Is there another joke coming?
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
No. I'll roll one out next time.
So the purpose of this episode, we had such a really cool response to our last one with Michael about the male traits, whether you're an alpha male, beta male, sigma male. Went down really well. And also, I would encourage everybody to check out Michael's website, which is Michael.
theskiguy.com.au.
Thanks, mate. So we're starting now, which Keith and I have been discussing lately. It's going to be called a 3-part miniseries under the banner of the Men's Quarter. So we think in a world where the demands of life can sometimes feel overwhelming, it's essential to create a space where men can come together, like us, share experience, empower one another. Our group focuses on men's health, well-being, celebrating fatherhood and purpose in every journey. Here we believe that by fostering genuine connections and open conversations, we can support each other in navigating life's challenges. From mental health to physical fitness, from fatherhood to finding your true purpose, join us on this empowering journey to become the best versions of ourselves. Now, we're going to do a 3-part series. Keith, Mully McMullen, is going to kick us off tonight. I'll be doing the next one, followed up the rear by our mate, Michael.
Followed. Do you want to, doesn't matter, leaving that alone.
We will leave that alone. But Keith, over to you, mate. Let's go.
Well, what happened last time when the three of us were together, I thought was outstanding. And Lee did as he is often wont to do, and that is to bring a list to the table and have a number of relevant points for us to discuss. And, of course, he's rolled it out again. And there's quite a few lists that he's put there for us to choose from. And the one that I wanted to discuss for this episode is 9 questions every man should ask himself.
Only 9?
Well, I'm sure there's a lot more. But I think even 9 is probably too many because it's very likely with the three of us on some of these points, they're so relevant that we probably won't even get right through the whole list.
No, Michael here, we probably won't.
No, we won't. I think he's been drinking red cordial.
And I think he's very quiet.
Yeah, well, he's quiet, but he's not sitting still. Look at this. He's jumping all over the place like a mad Kiwi, like a monkey. So 9 questions every man should ask himself. And I've been through it in preparation. The questions that stand out to me the most are the first 5.
Okay.
Which are, number 1, what fear is silently controlling me? So this is questions that you ask yourself. Number 2, what would I do if no one judged me? 3, what kind of man do I want to become? 4, who do I need to forgive to move forward? 5, what's one habit destroying my potential? Now, as I said, out of the 9, those 5 seem to be most relevant to me, so I thought we'd tackle number 1 first. And because I'm going number 1 in this 3-part series, I'll take the first question head on. What fear is silently controlling me? I initially thought fear itself. Often we fear fear. Isn't that a famous saying? Mm-hmm. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. Now, that's true, but it's a bit of a general answer. And I thought a little bit more about it. I know what's controlling me, and it's others judging me. I have a fear that others will judge me.
Are you? You're not that shallow, Mully, surely.
Oh, thank you, Lee. But no. But then again, there's one area in my life which I know that I'm afraid to expose. And I'm afraid that if I do, others will judge me, because every single time I've been faced with this one particular area, which I'm not going to mention, I have failed.
Probably Michael could come alongside me here, but in the UK, you had to really keep everything to yourself anyway, because if you did do anything, the negativity would come upon you. They would attack you for it, and you wonder why you would even want to express that. It's not the same here. Tall poppy syndrome, obviously, but what about in New Zealand?
Probably a wee bit of both, what you're both saying. But people try and keep to themselves because they don't want to be embarrassed if they do something wrong or get it wrong, isn't it?
To make a mistake,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Isn't that a little bit the same?
Yeah, similarly, but it's not, I don't think it's a fear. I don't think embarrassment's something to be fearful of, do you?
No, that's what we're saying. So it could be. It's an interesting question. Does anything spring to mind with you, Michael, with the fear factor?
Well, I was still hooked in your introduction, and you said get with your favourite eatery. Do you know that Woolworths and Coles have taken Tyrrell's chips off the racks because they're saying they're taking Tyrrell's chips, who are English chips, by the way, Lee, and they've taken them off the shelves because they don't think they're selling enough.
No.
Are they?
So there's a plug for us from Tyrrell's chips, I hope.
Who's they?
Woolworths and Coles.
Hey, wait a minute. What you said, you're getting a lead on that out of Lee's introduction. I didn't hear him say anything about food or chips.
Lee said get with your favourite snack, sit down and
The intro to Leeds on a Mully.
Yeah.
But you didn't bring anything anyway.
Well, we can't buy them anymore.
No.
You could have bought
How can you buy them when they're not there?
So there's a fear.
you could have bought some dark chocolate with hazelnuts in it.
No, what do I got dark chocolate for? I don't like dark chocolate.
Well, whatever your favourite snack is. Oh, it's Tyrrell's chips. You don't have another one?
No.
Chocolate coated peanuts?
No.
So you're annoyed?
A wee bit, yes. I actually went online to see if you could buy them from Tyrrell's Direct and say buy a carton.
I hate it when online shopping lets you down. I was in Russia.
Yes, no?
I was in Russia a couple of months ago, and I came across this English ale up there called Old Bobby's, and it was singularly the most delicious beer I've ever drunk. Now,
That's English again.
I'm not a big beer drinker, but this was delicious, and I said to Lottie every evening, I don't want food, I'll have 2 pints of these. So when I came back to Australia, I thought, oh, beauty, go to Dan Murphy's, order my Old Bobby's. No, can't buy it at Dan Murphy's. I go online. No, you can't get it. And I understand, I was only up there for a couple of weeks, I understand that their local brewery, Russian brewery, makes it under license from the English people. And it's very popular up there. It's outstanding beer, outstanding. It's worth the trip going up there just to get a drop.
And you went to the urban proletariat and said, could you get me some Uncle Bobby's?
Absolutely, why not?
So getting back to that first question.
Yes,
So you said the fear of, but you're not telling us exactly what that fear is. You're just telling us about that thing that you're not.
But there are instances in life when I need to speak up on behalf of others. You know, when I need to show some bravery at a time when I know if I do, it will cost me one way or another, either financially or reputation-wise. But really, I should not, and I'm often afraid to go out and speak up for that particular injustice because I know that others will judge me and I'll be penalised because of it.
Don't they always say, meet your fear? Don't go under it, don't go around it or over it, meet it head on. That's sort of the thing that I used to do a long time ago. It's best to face it. Whether you're afraid of the dark, you're afraid of the tax man, you're afraid of, oh, I didn't bring the right thing home tonight, she's going to have a go at me. There's all these fear factors that come into it. Fear itself, as you say, I think it should only be feared for fear's sake.
I've opened up and semi-confessed. What about you guys? What fear holds you guys back or you think controls you?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it since you started. I don't know what I really fear.
Well, mine is making a mistake, is doing something wrong due to my lack of care or concern. That's my fear, because then it will affect others. For instance, I had a run in Mooloolaba, a 2K run with my granddaughter, and she had prepared for it and made time for it and was talking about it, and then we got caught in a traffic jam. Not us, but a heap of people that was there. And I got fearful because I'm thinking, oh, no, I'm going to let her down. Her grandfather's going to let her down. And I became fearful of that. And it really shook me. And I remember talking to Keith before, and I've even spoken to it about my wife, a little bit about anxiety. So maybe the fear of anxiety or getting anxious. So that was the thing of letting people down.
So is fear being scared of something?
Yes, that's what I understand it to be. So has something come to mind, Michael, for yourself personally?
Not really.
No, he's a Superman. He's a hard man.
No,
He's a Kiwi.
No,
What?
I reckon if anything, you're scared of letting your family down if you promise you can do something. And that's maybe what you said, standing up for someone in an instance that if you do, you're damned. If you don't, you're damned.
No, it wasn't that at all.
Oh.
It was two.
Go home, Michael.
There's two incidences which I have to live with, and I don't have peace because both of them really needed me to step up and to have some gumption, have some balls, and to take a risk to step into the breach on behalf of those two people. And I wimped out, and I was afraid. One time I was afraid of my reputation, and another time I was afraid of possible violence.
Okay.
And I hate the fact that both of those situations, I wasn't the man that I would have liked to, or the person, if you like, that I would have liked to have thought I was.
Can you change it?
Well, I can't go back and undo what I
No, but if
failed
that
to do.
situation comes up again.
Well, I hope so, because I'm not a guy who likes confrontation. And I don't come across too many extreme situations where I have to stand up. So I would hope, because of that bad experience, that next time I would.
So if fear is this way, fight or flight, would you rather fight or would you rather run away?
I'm going to fight next time because I tell you, I don't want to rack up three.
So then you're facing the fear. So then you don't know the other side, what the other side looks like after that. That's what I'm trying to ascertain.
Yeah, well, one situation, the second situation, the other side should have went away wimping between his legs. And the first situation, the other guy should have went away with a broken nose.
Okay. Question number 2.
Question number
He's
2.
getting violent now.
Well, that was pretty bad.
I know, but
and
weeks before.
And I did bloody nothing.
Yeah.
But see, that's
Don't
like
beat
a
yourself
cancer
up.
then, isn't it? Because now that you keep thinking about it, it's like that cancer spreads in you that you can't get rid of.
Yeah, and I need to, and it's funny it should come up in this discussion because I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I need to go to that particular guy that I let down, and I need to apologise. And that's going to make it a little bit better for me, but of course it didn't help him at the time. You know, I really, really should have. Anyway, moving on. 2, what would I do if no one judged me?
I don't understand that. What would I do if nobody judged
Well,
me?
you go around to these lifestyle shops now and it says, laugh as if nobody cares, dance if
Like
nobody's
nobody's watching, yeah.
Read.
Sing like nobody's listening.
Yeah,
Podcast because nobody is listening.
do naked parachuting, do Tuesdays with Morries and laugh at everything. Is it that?
I don't know.
Would you do something kind of random, spontaneous behaviour?
Can you read the question back again? The
Yes,
statement?
I can. Me judge, no, if no, I do, would, what? Back to
What
you.
would I do?
Back to you. What would I do if no one judged me? Sorry, Michael.
So-
I'm dyslexic again.
That's all right. So what would you do if no one judged you? You either think you're perfect or I'll just keep doing what I want because I'm not upsetting anyone.
Now, is anybody judging you anyway, or do you feel they're judging
Well,
you?
we probably feel they're judging if they make a comment about it. So if no one does, do you get upset because
That's what I'm saying.
No
So-
one cares about me, so I'm a wallflower.
Because do we think that way because we're programmed to think that way?
Or do we do things because we want a response?
Well, it's like this morning with my wife. She said something, I took it the wrong way, and she goes, and I took her by surprise. She goes, oh my God, I didn't really mean it. And of course, I'd taken her the wrong way. And there was no need for it, but that was my fault. It wasn't given that way. Yeah, that's right. That was after.
Who's hitting who there, Michael?
So I think that may be the case too. That they may not, but we think they are. Because some people like it. They think, I'm the centre of attention, or whatever. They want to be picked up on.
I've got an illustration on this one. When I was in Hong Kong and I was living in the very vibrant expat community, they were semi-professional, professional people who were away from home and they wanted to live life to the full. And I co-founded a poetry society because when I was at university, studying literature, I found that I loved poetry. I was really surprised about that. So I started this poetry society over in Hong Kong, or at least co-founded it. It flourished. we found people who loved to come along because it became a bit of an art scene, a bit of a groovy thing, wine and all this sort of stuff. Now, if I think back to my hometown, which is a conservative, small coastal town.
I know where you're going.
Quarry. If I'd have started up a poetry society, I would have got remarks like, yeah, you puff, what do you think you're doing? Men around here don't read poetry. Would I have had the backbone to have started that poetry society in my hometown?
I think it'd be brave. People do.
Well, I'd like to think that I've come along to the point where I'd say, I don't care what you guys think, I'm doing it, definitely. But that's the type of thing we're talking about here. What would you do if no one judged you?
Well, you'd either be offended because you're thinking, I'm not on anyone's radar and no one cares, or just keep doing what you're doing.
Do you want to be on somebody's radar?
I think everyone wants to be on someone's radar. You make a comment, you're making a podcast here, you want to be on someone's radar, you want listeners.
I'm only doing it
we don't want listeners.
Because we like you, Michael. You bring a buzz to this studio. We love it.
Wait a minute. Is this arterial rail thinking? I don't get it. What do you mean you do something because you want to be on somebody's radar?
I think every time people make a statement, sing a song, do a dance, they want to be seen.
But what's that got to do? What would you do if no one judged you?
If no one judged you, because one, you get offended if no one cares, because you actually do want to be critiqued or applauded, probably applauded.
I'm sorry. Where I misunderstood, I'm assuming that you don't want to be applauded.
Oh, no, I think everyone wants to be applauded.
I think a lot of people do not.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
You love to be applauded, though.
Well, who doesn't love a pat on the back?
That's what I just...
But not everybody.
Yes, okay. The people that don't wouldn't be...
Yes, they would. They'd be starting the poetry society and be damned. They wouldn't give a rat's bottom.
You get movie stars or like John Cleese, all the accolades that come with it. But he's a recluse. He doesn't like that. That's why he plays characters, because he wants to retreat back.
Oh, where it's safe.
That's why they become actors, because they can play somebody else.
Yes, I've heard of this. It must be some sort of syndrome. We'd have to look that one up.
But interesting, though.
Moving right along, or do you want to say more on that?
No, I'm good.
You haven't confessed a thing yet, Michael.
No.
You're looking at me with a little... See, Michael, nobody's going to judge you. Come on, open up. He's taking it very cautiously, isn't he?
Well, I can't wait for Michael's one too.
Oh, Michael, number 3. What kind of man do you want to become?
Oh, that's a good question.
Why are you asking me?
Because
you're leading this.
No,
now all of a sudden it's
I know.
And because I like doing things for public adoration and acknowledgement, clearly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll answer your question. What was your question again?
Do you want it backwards or
Yeah,
normal?
no, I like it normal, please.
What kind of man do you want to become?
I think that everyone wants to be someone that their family and friends can...
No, not everyone.
you.
Okay, everyone wants Michael B. Woodham.
No. What
Does Michael B. Woodham want to be?
See, he's ducking it out again.
No, I'm
we
not
got
ducking
him.
it.
We're penning him in.
Yeah, okay. I want to be able to provide for my family and be supportive of my friends and just be part of everything with them, not let them down. That's the big thing. Not let them down but by promising something I can't do.
Reliable.
Yep. So strong for your daughters, for your wife, for your friends, but I would rather be the one that helps them out than the one that lets them down.
Okay, good. I like that answer. What if they were to take a big knock that's going to cost them immensely, financially or reputation or position in society? Would you step into the breach and take that knock for them?
I hope that you're enjoying the podcast and the content that we're bringing to you each week. I want to take a moment to invite you to support the show. Your contributions help us continue creating high-quality episodes, bringing in exciting guests and exploring the topics you love. Every bit helps, whether it's a small donation or signing up for our Patreon account. By supporting us, you're not just helping keeping the lights on, you're becoming part of our community and helping us grow. To show our appreciation, we offer exclusive perks, behind-the-scenes content, and so much more for our supporters. So if you love what we do and you want to see us thrive, please consider signing up at buzzsprout.com/don't get me started. Support the show. Thank you for being part of our journey, and let's keep the conversation going.
Ooh, I'd say, and not being an arsehole here, I'd say yes. I would try and help any friend or family member out I could.
Okay, that's fantastic. Well done, mate.
I might not give them the shirt off my back, but
Half the shirt?
half the shirt. Yep.
That'll do.
That'd do.
Yeah, you keep the singlet. Give them the shirt and you keep the singlet underneath.
And I'll keep the jangles.
Isn't there a song about Mr. Jangles Man or something? Anyway,
Bojangles.
That's not trying to be smart. I just think that's a nice thing to be doing.
I want to be reliable and dependable for the right people.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, I like that answer. What about you, Lee?
I want to be kind, considerate. I want to be grateful. I want to be creative. I want to be welcoming. I want to live. So I want to be, I think for most people, I keep saying one day we're all going to leave the planet. And when the Grim Reaper comes knocking at your door, I want him to find me alive, not depressed, not upset, not down. I want to be living.
Well, if I'm reading this right, Michael's saying he wants to be the type of man that's dependable and reliable for others. And you are putting the emphasis a little bit more on you being the best type of person you can be individually. So that will emulate benefits and an example for others to follow.
Yeah, so anybody can see that can partake in it or not partake in it or grab a piece of it or join in on it, but just to know a positive person as well. To be positive.
Isn't that an interesting take? If you become the very best person that you can be, which is a good person, then that can be something that's a gift to others.
But the other thing is, I may not see that in myself physically. Inwardly, it would be. And I was taken aback a couple of things that some people said, oh, really? They said, oh, yeah, you are. And I was like, oh, okay. That trait of the males was a really good example because that made you think. So like Michael goes on with podcasting people listen to, I've learned so much podcasting and being around people and other people and their opinions on it. It's just made it phenomenal.
I think this is a good point here because if you are a very good person, then that influences others around you, doesn't it? We look at people and we take something from them, don't we? We have heroes. We have people that we look up to and
or
follow.
we might emulate them as well.
Yes.
Oh, he's got a nice, I'd take that on board.
Yeah, absolutely. I do that.
So Keith,
Yes.
over to you, fella.
What type of man do I want to become?
Absolutely.
I think a bit of both of what you guys have said.
Well, you can't, that's ours. Sorry.
I'm going to take a bit of Michael. I'd like to be dependable and reliable for people. And I'm going to take a little bit for the right people that are important in my life. And I'm going to take some of what you said, Lee, become the best version of myself that can be an example and something that comes out of me that influences others, that rises them up.
Because we all battle our own demons. I'm sure Michael does.
Not from what he's indicating today.
He's not going to say anything. That's for
He's
sure.
not letting anything out, is he?
No,
We'll get
he's
him.
not.
There's two other episodes after this. Yeah, and I think I'd like to be an interesting person too. You know, I'm a great believer that people should have a rich inner life, and it doesn't matter what it is that you take inside to enhance that inner life within yourself. But if you have that rich inner vitality, then that sort of comes out. People pick it up. There are invisible vibes that we share with other humans because of what we are. Don't you think, Michael?
I was watching the dog then. I wasn't actually listening. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Sorry, Keith.
I thought that was my best point of the whole
Yeah,
episode.
it was. I
yes.
thought it was your best point
Yes,
too.
yeah.
But my father used to drive me nuts when I was young, saying it's the principle of the thing. So if you have a stance, stick to your principles. And if you've got good principles of life and living, you're pretty much okay and reliable for all your friends if they're struggling with something.
It's good advice, isn't it?
At the time, it used to drive me nuts. You know, you go, it's always the principle of the thing. But it actually makes sense.
But it's helped you get through a lot of sticky points, and it's
absolutely.
made you the person that you are.
Yeah.
There you go. It's often the case, isn't it? Some of the things that we don't want to hear later on serve us very, very well.
Becomes one of your pinnacles of life.
So, yeah, there's a little urge, a little nudge here today, Michael, to open up a little bit more. You know, you're uncomfortable with that. Maybe as we move along, that's going to serve you
No,
well.
I just haven't done my homework and I'm listening. I'm listening and learning.
All right, then. Have we finished on question 3? Let's move on to question 4. This is really interesting. Who do I need to forgive to move forward?
You got a couple of days?
Who do I need to forgive to move forward?
Now, that's assuming that if you have unforgiveness in yourself towards somebody, it's holding you back in your own personal development.
Do you want me to go with it, Michael? You went with it last time? Okay. So obviously the first thing could also be my parents. I've got to forgive my parents because we blame our parents for mostly everything, whether it be a negative emotion. But Michael done a positive one, Father was saying. And for me, I dealt with that many, many years ago of forgiving my parents because they did the best they possibly could.
Yes, yes.
Family members, again, of what they had done to me, to forgive them. Friends, work colleagues. But I think the most important person that you should forgive is yourself.
Yeah, and often that's not easy for a lot of people.
Taken me near a lifetime.
Because some people actually don't like themselves. We're often very reluctant to be honest with ourselves. We don't like criticism from other people, and I probably think we don't like self-criticism either because it's an admission that there's something in you that's not quite up to scratch. And who wants to admit that you are weak or you have failings of some sort?
Only yourself.
Well, you should be able to do it, but we find it very hard sometimes, don't we? To say I'm this and deficient in that and I'm weak in that and I'm a piss poor at this, I don't like myself. It's not easy to do if you're being blunt and honest.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people in a lot of circumstances that you could forgive, may not want to forgive, or is it necessary to forgive?
That's a very good point. I was wondering that too, because do you always have to forgive? Sometimes the violation against you could be such that person who has harmed you in that way or caused you to be disadvantaged has not come to you and said, look, I'm sorry. So should you offer forgiveness when there's been no sorrow or repentance from the other person?
Well, you're going to be the bigger man.
Well, are you being the bigger man or are you being the most foolish man? Because if you
so there we go. So there's a positive and negative all the time.
Yeah, so if you offer forgiveness to somebody who's done something wrong to you and he or she might think, I got away with that. That person's not angry with me anymore. That soppy little so-and-so went along and said, I forgive you.
Yeah, once bitten, twice shy.
Then they could violate you again because they perceive you to be weak.
I think for yourself, if you can forgive yourself, you're 90% there.
Yeah, what do you think about this, Mr.
Chip in here.
Well, I tell you what.
Yeah.
You guys come from bad backgrounds, I reckon, because my parents gave me every opportunity to do everything I ever wanted.
We're not talking
supportive,
about the parents as such.
But I
other
don't
people.
think I've ever let anyone down. I don't think anyone's held me back from doing anything I've wanted to do. Probably what I think happens is if you don't like where you're going in some direction, whether it's work, play or whatever, you move on to something else that you do enjoy doing with people you enjoy doing. You pivot from it. I don't think anyone's held me back from trying to do anything I wanted to do. I thought anyone was, I'd probably just moved away to what I wanted to do.
I get that. Putting aside it wasn't your parents, have you had anybody do something wrong or bad or violating towards you, stolen money, stole your girlfriend or,
at school,
maneuvered you in a business situation so that you lost out? Have you ever had an experience like that?
No.
Wow.
Mate, what a lucky guy.
Hey, I was going to say.
I'm trying to think, and I honestly don't think I have.
Not grown up?
No.
No family member?
No.
Have you any missed opportunities that have been because of somebody else's interference?
No.
A crossword?
Well, mate, more power to you.
Honestly, I can't find something that for some other person's input has affected me doing what I wanted to do.
Well, that's commendable.
Well, did you recognise that somebody was doing something and, as you said before, you just
walked
moved,
away,
you walked away, you've moved to the side, you say, I'm not going to let that happen, and you've taken the direction and the affairs into your own hands, or you've just not come across a situation?
Nothing significant. Nothing that said, right, we're not going to live there, we're not going to work here, we're moving to this another part of the world because of this person, that person, or any opportunity. No, nothing.
Oh, that's great, mate.
Pretty boring life, really, eh?
No, not really. I think,
But it's a life that you've chosen. It's been successful for you.
But we know you a little bit, Michael. You live a pretty big life, and you're an interesting guy who gets out and does things, and you make things happen. So I wouldn't say it's boring at all. I'd say it's fortunate.
But I do the things that I want to do, whether it's skiing or running or sitting watching a movie on thing. I don't get stopped doing the things that I want to do.
I know I'll be thinking of a question after this. I'm going to go, fuck, I should have asked that.
I don't. No one said no.
Well,
does that make sense?
Yeah, of course it does. I think you're very fortunate. And it's like you said to us, we must have come from bad family situation. Well, not really. That wasn't good, was it?
Well, I was youngest of 8. So it wasn't bad. It was just...
Could have been better.
Yeah, it wasn't constructed very well. could have been better. But your parents, any...
Well, one of two boys.
brother.
Yeah, one brother and I.
Oh.
And our parents did everything for us.
Right.
You know, we played sport summer and winter growing up. My mother used to drive us across the city to football training 3 nights a week. You know, like until we were old enough to get cars and drive ourselves. We'd play cricket and my mother would turn up with sandwiches for the whole cricket team on a Saturday afternoon. You know, like supportive in that. Schooling, same with. No dramas through schooling, anything like that, university, the works, any support you want, you got it.
Well, that's the power of parenting right there. Good, positive parenting. All Michael can think about is how much of a wonderful parenting or parents that he had. And now he's telling us he's had a really good life with good fortune. And I would draw a bit of a long bow here and say, probably you've been set up to have a good life because your parents have invested in you the right way.
Oh, absolutely. And that thing, you know, when my father used to say it's a principle, I hated it when I was growing up. You know, they were strict, but the principle of the thing, but you actually live your life on that.
Was there a lot of affection in your family? Was you told you were loved? Was there lots of cuddles and there was talks of, we're going to be doing this and we're going there? And did you kiss goodnight? And growing up as a child, was there a lot of that?
I didn't kiss my brother.
No. You bloody rat.
Who does?
No, but no. Even though there was only 2 children in our family, we had lots of uncles and aunties and lots of
But was you
extended family.
told they love you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of affection.
You knew you were in a loving,
You had the
loving
affection.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, Lee and I had the exact opposite. No affection and no real positive.
Yeah, I can see you're a bit rough around the edges, both of you.
But trust me, mate, we've worked through it. See all these questions, there's not just 9 on them. I have a sheet with 9. You know, we've got a book and there's about 374.
Mine's got number 14, you know that.
And
eh?
we
There's
can,
no 14.
and life's experience, we might be a bit rough around the edges, but it's deepened us. We can answer all of them.
My 15 questions has got no number 14.
That's
I'll
all right.
find you a 14.
Just letting everyone know, 2 weeks out, my 15 has got no 14.
But just because we have a list that's got, say, 14, 15, or however many questions, it doesn't mean we have to get through them. The point is that we 3 guys discuss what's important and what comes out at the time. So, Lee, one more question here. We're almost out of time, aren't we?
We are.
All right. Can I throw in one more question?
Go.
What's one habit destroying my potential or your potential?
What one habit?
Destroying or even holding back your potential.
It probably won't be something that you're thinking. No, but I pretty much a non-drinker. I don't drink beer. Hotel manager doesn't drink beer, which is fathom that one out for yourself. When I first started doing my hotel management training, my first general manager said to me, you either want to be a publican and stand at the end of your bar drinking all day with the locals, or you're going to be a hotel manager. And if you want to be a hotel manager and there's a problem in accommodation or there's a problem in the restaurant and you smell of alcohol, you lose all credibility. I, amongst all my friends in that, I am the non-drinker. You know, I can drink, and people say, well, what do you like when you drink? I said, I'm just like I am now,
Hyper.
but even talk even more. So it's not that I can't drink or I get ugly or think. I just choose not to because did I always think that may hinder what you want to do in life or progress? Maybe.
And that's a habit
Yes.
that you don't do that stopped you from...
Yeah.
You just haven't drunk enough.
No, it didn't. Maybe the fear, let's go back to point 1, maybe the fear was if you were in an industry that you could have done that, would you been any good at it? So I chose to take that out. But all my friends are still drinkers and I still socialise with them all and I can go out, we can all go out and they can drink as much as they like and I'll have 2 drinks and drive. And I'm still at the centre of the party.
You're the designated driver. We all want those.
No, but thinking about what you're saying, did I choose that it was alcohol that I thought might hinder me from progressing to where I wanted to get? Maybe I did. That's my only thing I'll give you today. That's
okay.
That's as deep as we're going, sisters.
Sisters bulldogs.
So what was the question again?
What do you do to your mate when he calls you a sister?
Yeah, a big sissy.
What's one habit destroying your potential?
A habit. So a habit. I think a habit that I do quite a lot is talking down to myself, being negative. That's the thing where I shouldn't be. And I've been told again and again, stop it, Lee. And now I even I do sometimes when I go, Lee, you dickhead, beating on me. I think that's what it is. And maybe, if I'm being honest, maybe a little bit lack of confidence.
Oh, I'm surprised to hear you say that last thing, Lee. That
Yeah.
you lack a little bit of confidence.
I think all of us do occasionally.
Yes, probably. Yeah, none of us are superhuman, are we?
No. So, Keith, the last one. It's you. I normally say on our other podcasts, leave you the last word, but the question now.
I can be a lazy bugger and procrastinate and that stops me getting on top of things that I should be managing a lot better. Because of that, then I scramble at the last minute, and you don't always have the best result then, because if I wasn't procrastinating, I would have thought ahead, planned, maybe written some things down and approached it with a very thoughtful way. And I often don't do that. Sometimes I don't even get around to doing it until I've got a kick up the bum by somebody or the circumstances.
Yeah, well, we knew at the beginning of this podcast, Keith, that you was doing that.
So I did my homework. I did my preparation.
Very well prepared today, I thought.
I thought so too.
Oh, good on you, Michael. Good on you, Lee.
Well, we're coming to the end now. Michael, thank you for coming in.
One last plug for Tyrrell's chips, please.
Keith, excellent as always. So next week, it's my turn. It'd be the second part of our mini-series. So until then, take care of one another.
Indeed.